Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today I'm going to be doing, I think it's pack 22. I think we're on pack 22. Either way, it's stages 123 to 128 of the Agora models and Hachette Partworks release a build, the RMS Titanic. Now you will notice I've got the whole hull behind me of the Titanic. Don't need any of the decks today. So that's going to be okay. I know we're doing a lot of fiddly parts because we are working on the poop deck today. Now if you want to get this for yourself, this is available through Agora models in Canada and USA. I have put a link in the video description and there's also that QR code on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So starting with stage 123, here's the magazine. Each stage does come with its own magazine here. And as you can see, we have got some cross supports for the hull section. And that's going to be big. I've got to put it across here like this. Okay, so they all come in these little boxes here. So this is stage 123. And these are all the parts that we've got for that stage. Now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be taking this bracket here. And we're going to be putting this to the underside of this section just here. Now, I don't know if there's a certain way round it's got to go. I'm just checking that now. It is going to go this way round, like that. That looks good. I'm holding that into place with AM screws. Got them here. Big screws require a big screwdriver. So I've got my PH1. And I'll get these screws in here. So that looks like that. Let's bring over the hull. It's amazing how hard this is to work with. Okay, I'm going to be putting these little supports into here first, just into these two positions, just above the motor for the propellers there. Now they're going to be held in with AM screws, and they take two each side. And then with that in place, I want to be putting the section we just made with this area pointing towards the stern of the ship. That's going to fit in like that. And again, AM screws just into these two holes here. And this is the last screw just going in here with that in place. That's all there is to do in this stage. So hard to find a way to store that while I'm doing next stages. So stage 124, here's the magazine. And we are now going to be starting the poop deck. So we do have these two parts here. I'm going to be peeling off the backing of this wood, put this into place just like that. I think I'm going to bundle this with the next stage as well because there isn't much to do there. So let's have a look at stage 125 as well. And I'm guessing we're probably going to start adding details to that poop deck as well. So, yep, lots of details, including making one of these fiddly cranes again. And then putting this into place like that. So let's do these two stages together. So poop deck has got a big box here. This will be quite quick to do. So once again, I'm just going to be peeling off the backing from this wood and then line this up. I'm going to line up this edge here first with all the holes. That looks good, and line that down. Because it's only a small piece, I don't reinforce this with wood glue, just so you know. That should be fine the way it is there. Put that to one side and I'm going to open stage 125. And we're going to have lots of fiddly details to go in now. So, best off, open everything that I've got here. Gonna need my magnifying glasses for this. So, first thing I need is this little bracket here, and I'm going to be putting the first of, I can't even pick them up, these wires onto this section. Now the wire we want, there is differences between them. It's the one that has got like a hook on the end of it. So let me get my tweezers here. I can't pick this up. Put this into place here. And this is the end that I'm looking at. I want that in there. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to lock that into place with this detail here. All I want to do then is just take this detail while holding this. We've got 3 lugs here just to squeeze together on this side. They should fit. Once I've got the 2 at the bottom and then this top one, quite tight and snug in there. So there we go, that's in place. I want to take this side of the crane and having it this way round, so this has got the little tilt going up at the end. That's going to go into this part just there, probably best on the top camera. Let's zoom up that top camera, there we go. And I've got a pin to put through that. This is the larger of the pins we got. We do have 2 pins, so it's the larger one now that I'm putting in. Get that in there, very detailed work. Get my pliers. This time I'm going to use my duckbill pliers, just so I can squeeze that pin into place. Like that. So there we go, that's going nowhere. Now at the end of this section here, I want to put in the wire that I had originally. Then I want to put in this hook which goes on the end, and I want the hook to be facing upwards. So that's going to go in here. And then this is where I'm going to be using the little pin to put everything together. So let's do that now. I find it best if you put the pin in first, then put the hook in, then the wire. It's all in place, then use again my duckbill pliers to piece that together. So when that's in, that should look just like that. Then I need the bit of wire here, which hasn't got a hook on the end. It's just got sort of like an L shape, which you can see there. That goes just onto this side here. And in where we put that pin, there's a tiny hole behind it to thread this into. So that's in there just like that. And they want a tiny bit of glue just to keep that into place. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually use, rather than glue, just the tiniest bit of UV resin. I just think that's going to be a lot better control of this. Just blast that. Perfect. And then on the other side, I've got the other one here, which is an L shape again. That's going to go into the hole on this side. And then once again, I am just going to hold that in with the tiniest bit of resin. Excellent. There we go. That is that crane complete. Okay, so we're just going to be putting this into a base here. This base just like this. Ah, look at me. I should have put this into place just on this side of the hook. I don't think I'm going to bother now. But I'll remember that for the next crane that I do. Don't make mistakes. I make mistakes so you don't have to. I'm going to need a HP screw here to hold this in. That's just going to help you move that hook. But I'll be honest with you, once this is on the deck, I don't think I'm ever going to be touching this crane again. But there you go, that's in place. Put this onto the poop deck, which is just going to go into the position just here, lining up the 2 lugs I've got on the bottom, 1 and 2. Seeing if it sits a better way round. Let's try that way. Actually, it sits better that way. So put it that way round. I'm going to secure that into the underside with 2 AP screws. So let's get these in here. And then finally, I've got this little detail here, which is a stairwell access. And that's just going to go into these 2 holes just here. I'm just going to see how they fit. You've got a small lug and a large one. It pushes down, it holds really tight. You can glue that if you want. I'm not going to glue mine. But that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 126, let me just move that over there. Here's the magazine. And I'm guessing we're going to make another crane. I'll get it right this time. Yep, we're going to be making another crane. And we do have some more details just to put in like this. Oh, we are going to be adding a part to the whole section there as well. That's going to be fun. I might not move the whole section. I'll bring my phone over and I'll record that. So the good news is we know how to make a crane now correctly rather than missing parts out. So I'll get all this stuff open. And once again, I'm going to be taking the wire with the hook on the end. That's going to go on here. Close that off with this little tab. Put this whole thing into this support. Put the crane base in, making sure that this is in the right direction. Use the long pin to secure that. Get a pin ready on this side. And to be honest with you, you can actually put that circle part in now as well. I wouldn't worry about putting the wire in, and I'll show you why in a second. push the pin together. The reason why I said don't worry about that is because you can actually now get that wire and feed that in between the hook and that circle part we just put in, as you can see. Easier way to do it, isn't it? And then I'm just going to be putting these sides on here. Once again, I'm going to use resin rather than glue to secure this. And of course, this time I've gone and put the hook in the wrong way around. So even though I sealed this with resin, I could still take it apart. The good thing about resin is it all comes off in one piece. So with that in place, there you go. That is another crane complete. Put this onto this section just here. And then once again, with the silver HP screws to hold that into place. I made a lot of silly errors today. Need to slow down a bit, I think. That's the problem. But there we go. That's that crane into place. Again, I'm probably not ever going to be touching these, but it's nice to have them right. So let's see which way it fits perfectly. Fits good just like that. I can tell that because the other one had a bit of a wobble in it if you put it in the other way. And then screw this in with 2 AP screws from the other side. And then finally, I've just got this piece here. I'm going to get my mobile phone and show you where this goes. So here you go. This is the front here. And as you can see, we do have this little gap here. That's where that's going to go. So just a push in, just like this. Excellent. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Okay, so stage 127. Here's the magazine. And we are now going to be making details for the poop deck. Lots of details here that we're going to be putting into place. Looking just like that. So let's do this stage. Okay, so the first thing I need is this corridor here, and we're going to be putting some brackets on this. So they're actually going to go keyhole pattern, which looks like that, onto these sections here. So I'm going to have one in there. I'm going to have one just in the middle. And I'm going to have one just on this side over here. And all of those are held in with AP screws. So just get all of these screws in. And then this bit's going to make you laugh. Because even though we put the cranes in here, I need to turn this over because this is going to attach to the bottom here, which means that I can't put this down because I don't want to break those cranes. So this is going to go on top just like this here. And again, it's held in with 3 AM screws. As a matter of fact, if I'm being very gentle, I can probably just rest it while I load the screwdriver up. But I really don't want to put any force on that side. So I'm lifting it back up again. Now I want to take the deck that we created in stage 124, which is this one here. And it looks like we're going to be putting these together. So I'll just turn this upside down. This section here is actually going to go on top of this section just here like that. Once again, that's held in with AP screws. Sorry, did I say AM? AP screws. There's also, just have a look at the one I put in here. There is slots to actually line this up to ensure this goes in the correct way. Put them in this side. And then I've just got 2 in the middle. Excellent. Right, got some stairs to put in. Now the stairs are going to be into these holes here and here. They look like this. I want to put some glue just at the square on the bottom of this. Like this here. And then put this in. So it goes in like that. Do the same on the other side. Put a bit of glue on there and put that in. So now that's how that's looking. So just in front of these cranes, you can see here we've got 3 holes, and they are semicircular patterns. The larger the funnels is going to go in there just like that. Again, you can glue these if you want to. This one's going to go in this side. They really do fit tight in there though. Then finally I've got one just going in this side here. So that's how that's looking. And then the last thing to do, just in front of these, I've got these boxes to go in, and they are a certain way around that they're going to go. The one with the holes here, you have got different size lugs, is going to go in this left side. So that looks like that. And then the same on the right side, just line up the larger and smaller holes and push that in as well. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So that means in the last stage of this pack, stage 128, this is the magazine. And are we making another crane? We're making another crane. I didn't realise we're going to be doing that. Which looks just like this. And this crane is going to be going into position here. Underpinned there with some screws. And then we're actually going to be putting some more supports, by the look of this, onto the hull of the Titanic. So there's 3 cranes on this section now. Okay, let's do this. I thought we were done with cranes. I went and put all my resin away and everything. But no, we're building some more. Now, because I've done this twice now on this video, what I'm going to do is just build this crane and we'll come back and I'll show you what that looks like. So, this crane is just going to go into this point just here. Getting that in just like that. And again, held in with AP screws. This is the last screw just going in here. And when they're in, they look like that. And that's the poop deck stage of this pack completed. Which means all I need to do now, and I'm not going to move it, is I'm going to be putting 2 more of these connectors in, just like we did earlier. So I'm going to put them in and show you where I put them. And once again, if I scroll down the hole, those sections I just put in are just there. So 1 there and 1 there. But that is all there is to do in that stage. Doesn't look too bad, does it? It's coming along. But there you go, that's the poop deck so far completed. Looks like we've got a lot of detail still to add to that. If you like what you see, once again, I have put a link to the US and Canada regions. You can get this through Agora Models, but I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.